peaceful road compared to what I'm used to. But here we are. I need to get some credit for my sticker, by the way. But this is a little bit of family property that I might be getting to put a house on and get away from the debt that I have. We've got across the road, we got this real old barn right there. A bunch of back air behind across the road. And we got this all the way up the hill, all the way to Mom's farm. But this right here is going to get leveled all out. There's a really old outhouse back there. This used to be where a church sat. I feel like this land right here could be made very pretty. Level all this out. That's what they're going to do. They're going to cut some trees, level all this, cut it back as far as you can cut it back. I don't know when that's happening, but that's going to happen here pretty soon. It was supposed to happen last weekend, but the weather messed them up on it. This weekend ain't no better. I need a coat on. It's dropped down cold again after being 90 degrees. Tennessee weather's about bipolar. But this is it. The place where I might be calling home here before long. There's about, I don't know how many acres of woodland up that way, riding trails. I could fix the Explorer up like I want to fix it up someday, and after I sell my house and pay off all my debt, then I'm going to try to get either a tiny shed house or maybe even a new single wide trailer or something like that. Just depends on how life is going at the time to set here. And I'm going to try to do it the way that I'll have the least amount of debt. All I know is I want out of the debt that I'm in right now. At my place, I've gotten way too buried, way too outpriced. So this right here is kind of my saving grace. It's kind of weird because the church used to sit here. And it's my saving grace. But when it gets all cleared up and stuff like that, I'll bring his back down and we'll walk the property line and stuff like that. They're going to have a horse up on top of the hill. Mom's always wanted a horse, so she's going to get a horse. And I'm going to get this right here, just as my little corner of the world. I mean, this little square, that's all I asked. That's all I wanted whenever they was talking about it. This little square right here is what I wanted for some reason. The only thing about it up here, you never know what or who is watching you because it's so thick. And I keep hearing stuff over here. But once I get a fence, I'm going to fence it all the way over, gate it, put cameras on it, where it'll motion sensor to my phone. So whatever's wherever, it'll pop up on my phone and I can look at it from wherever I'm at. Because Mom is right up on top of the hill. She's retired, so she can be here in 5 minutes if I'm at work or something. Oh, so now that I've showed you all this, I'm going to talk about how why you shouldn't go through temp agencies. I'm going to put 2 videos in one. You shouldn't go through a temp agency because anything could happen at any time. The company could decide they don't want you, and that's it. Or the company could decide to go a different route. Like me, got pulled into a meeting and told that they wasn't going to do second shift, which is the shift that I was training on first shift, and I'd been there for like 3 months training. And making good money too. I liked it. I was welding. I was doing what I liked. But when it was all said and done, the company had decided that they wasn't going to do a second shift because only me and one more guy was still left out of the crew of people that they hired. So there's that. So I've been trying to find something closer to home, and I don't really care what it makes, because now I know for sure that this is a for sure thing, if that's what I want. The trailer up there that my friend, she's my friend right now. If things escalate, then they escalate, but right now she's just my friend. But that trailer up there could be another option, but I want something of my own, so this will forever be something of my own. It'll be something that if I want to turn the power off, leave here for a few months, and go travel or do whatever, if it's paid for anyway, then I can do that. So I can lock and shut the gate. I can keep my cameras handy. I can have Mom do a drive-by check once a day or something. She ain't gonna care to. But it'll all be fenced and gated. All this nastiness is going to be leveled out. They cleared the ditches out years ago, and for some reason, the neighbor, who has absolutely nothing to say about this property, just let them dump every bit of it on this property out of the ditches. So maybe that's a good thing. Maybe it'll act as good field dirt to level out, and if it grows up grass like it is right now, it ain't gonna be no problem keeping pretty grass. So I mean, this place will be pretty, and that was the only thing. I got lectured about taking care of it, so I'll be taking care of it for sure, because this is like heaven to me. Down here where I can pee in the front yard and nobody's looking at me, that's heaven to me. So yeah, I'm going to get me a little small truck, probably 2-wheel drive, it don't matter. 2-wheel drive or 4, it doesn't matter. But I want to keep the Explorer, but the Explorer is really expensive on gas. So if I can find a 5-speed 4-cylinder truck to drive, I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to drive this whenever it snows. But I have a vision in my head for this, because I really like this thing. I don't want to get rid of it. I don't know if you've ever noticed it had a sunroof, but I'm going to put a roof rack on it. Put some KC Baja lights on top. I want to jack it up 3 inches, put some bigger tires on it, mud grips. Paint it camouflage. I want to do a brush guard. I want to do taillight guards. I want to just beef this thing up. And I'm going to custom build, since I can weld and do stuff like that, I want to custom build a trailer just for going out in the mountains that there's thousands of acres of. Maybe even out on family property around here after trees fell or something like that. And I'll gather up my firewood and stuff like that. So I'll be basically off the grid, homesteading off the grid. I don't know if I'll be homesteading necessarily, but I know that this is plumb off the grid. This is going to be a place where I can be who I want to be, and that's my goal in life. So if anybody's got any flack, anything they want to say about it, then they can just kiss my ass. You know, my mom's talking about certain family members being mad that I'm getting this, but that certain family members also have family property on my other side of my family. They've been offered family property too, and they're living on it. So, I mean, I just don't understand why I'm the problem. Every time I get something that goes my way, I'm the problem. So, I don't know. I don't get it. But my stepdad and my mom, they've been rocks. I mean, that's just all there is to it. They have been rocks. They've always had my back. But what I think I might do is I might set me up a camper off, let's see here, off to this side. It goes back quite a ways, but it don't look like it. So there's one vehicle and no, that makes two vehicles that's been through here in the hour that I've been sitting here. But that goes back quite a ways, so I'm thinking set up a little camper over there and then put me a shed cabin over there. Whenever I sell my house, whatever I have left over, I'll buy me a camper to put right here. And then I'll find out where I want my shed, my little cabin, and I'll set it, have it set, ready to go. I'll dig a septic tank. That'll cost some money, so I'll have to save up, dig a septic tank. That or keep it in the budget, buying the camper and setting up the tank. Because I will pay rent on a small cabin. It don't matter. It don't bother me at all to pay rent on a small cabin. I'll pay that thing off before I even start working on it. So the plan is, to me right now, dig a septic tank, get electric run to here, put me a camper over here on this side so it's out of the way, fence and gate the property, stay in that camper until I get my little cabin put together, and slowly be buying lumber as I do that. So I have a big stack of lumber, or like 2x4s and stuff like that, ready to go at any time. 2x6s, 4x4s. I'll need all that for what I'm wanting to do. And have my little cabin over here. And then my camper over here. And then just slowly work on my cabin as I can. When it's all paid for and I have a bunch of lumber, I might hire it out to somebody to come in here and do it up like I want to do it. Because the shed itself is going to provide a living room and a kitchen. That's what the shed itself is going to provide. Then I want to build off the back of it. Like I want one that's long ways. That'll sit long ways so I can put a full porch on it. And I want to be able to go in, and as soon as you walk in, you're in the living room. The kitchen's off to the left. And then you walk straight back into a hallway. Off to the left, I'll have a washer and dryer, place for a washer and dryer, laundry room, whatever. And then opposite side of that, onto the right, will be the bathroom. Have a good-sized bathroom. And then have 2 bedrooms on one side and have 2 bedrooms on the other. So I'll have not a small place, but I'll have a place that's paid for by the time it's done. So that's what my plan is. And then I'll resell the camper to put a little money back into the bank account. So it is what it is. Things are finally coming together. And, when my own mother looks at me and says, "Wow, you're going through all that. Something needs to change in your life. So your life really needs to be easier." Yeah, I know. I'm already turning gray and I'm 28. I've stressed ever since I bought that place because it's a constant problem after problem after problem. And eventually I just got tired of fixing problem after problem, so I've just been letting it go. So whatever happens, happens. And then I got myself so buried in debt with it that I can't. And I did that, and I learned from that, so I won't be doing that again. But, nice, peaceful place. I've got a little 4x4 here that'll go anywhere. But after I fix it up, it'll really go anywhere. It's got a V8 in it, so it's got plenty of power to pull trees or whatever. But I'm going to put a brush guard on it, a cheap eBay brush guard. But then I'm going to stiffen it up by welding gussets to the frame. I might weld it directly to the frame. And then I want to get one of them weld it together tow packages and put a tow hitch on the front That way, if I want to put my wood trailer in to a place like this, I can hook it to the front and I can maneuver it wherever I want to go. And then using that same hitch, I want to build a mounting plate for a winch and have wires in the front and in the back of the vehicle. That way I can skid logs or whatever. I mean, this is going to be a workhorse. It's going to be my pickup truck. I know that it's an SUV, but I'm going to make it my pickup truck. I thought about cutting the back of it off, but I'm not going to do that because every once in a while I might camp. I might go camping and stay in the back of this thing. I think that'd be fun. Go off in the mountains here and camp. But this is it. This is going to be home sweet home someday, and I hope that I hope everything works out in my favor here, because I'm excited. I'm really excited. And I will put the work in for this, because this is going to be mine. Well, the land's not going in my name right now, but there's a reason for that, and they didn't tell me the reason for that, but I know the reason for that. I'm going to rent the land off of them, and eventually it might go in my name, but I've made some stupid decisions, like refinance my house to pay off vehicles, and I know that that's in their head that I'll do that again here, but I don't mind. This is going to be home sweet home, and this is what I've always wanted. Ever since I first seen this little piece of property here, that's what I've always wanted. I used to come here and ride the four-wheeler all the time. Well, actually, if you go on my old channel and look at the video, that's a deep hole. I had that red Arctic Cat four-wheeler. It was stuck back there. That's where I had it stuck. It was on this land right here. So they just dumped big mounds of dirt in here, and I was just rock climbing it, and yeah, I dropped off in a hole, a big hole, and that's where it sat until I winched it out. So it definitely needs some grader work done, and I think they're going to get that done here pretty soon. But yeah, let me show you. Let me turn this around a little bit. I got my mount here set up to look at me. A little mount right here. As you can tell, it's wobbly. Really wobbly. And that's why the old road trip videos in that Dodge truck were so bouncy, because that Dodge truck was bouncy, where it had the mud grips on it. Let me get you set up in here, and I'll be right back. Goodbye, property. Going back home, I guess. Right now I have to back out of here, which I don't like unless I back in there. But this is my road. This will be my road out of here every day. Like I said, all family land to the right and to the left. I think I'll love it. Check that sunset out. Wow. That's pretty. That's really pretty. Don't think for a second I wouldn't spend just about all my time right up there in the mountains in this Explorer too, after I buy myself a car. I want me a little gas saver car to get in and out. Because this, like I said, this is pretty far off the grid here. It's back in the boonies. All right, this right here is where family land ends. So now we're on the road. Just heading on back out. I love it down here. It's a place that I always felt like I was at home. Whenever Mom sold me my house and moved up here, man, it made me very jealous. You know, Papa lived up there, and then they got a piece of land still on the farm there, but it was directly across from Papa there. He's my step Papa, but he's the only Papa I really got left, so I claim him as that. There's a farm here. It's real pretty. And this is the same way going the other way too. It actually just turns into pure wilderness and a gravel road right past where my property is going to be. Look at that cabin up on the hill, if you can see it. That's kind of what I want. I just want to start with a shed and make it into that, basically. But I want me a cabin. I've always wanted a cabin. Well, if I can set up a camper for now, and if I can set up a camper for now, just to have somewhere to live, I'll have a cabin set in there the day after. I mean, I'm that devoted. I'm willing to do anything it takes to have me a place back in here. And I'll have to have a landline phone too, because there's no service. Absolutely no cell service back here whatsoever until you get up on the hill where Mom's farm is. And I'm moving on a little bit too, about 35. That'll give you a scale of the road. It's not too far back, but it's pretty far back. But I'm not going to give away where it's at. So I'm going to turn the camera around for just a split second. I'm about to hit the main road now, but even the main road is far back from Oneida, you know, where town is. I'm actually closer here to go to Jamestown, Tennessee than I am to Oneida, and that's what I'm going to do. As a matter of fact, Huntsville is as far as I'm going, and that's to go to work. I will not look at Oneida again if I don't have to. Literally, I will not look at it again if I don't have to. So, I hope you all are following along with the journey. I hope that I might be able to inspire more people to do what I'm wanting to do. With the economy and the world the way that it's going, there's only certain options that certain people have. And thank goodness I have a family that has started to see my struggles and want to help me out, or I would be in a bad situation. Time to get rid of that chewing backer. It's hurting. That's something else I'm giving up. I'm going to stop chewing because daggum Copenhagen right now, a 5-can roll of Copenhagen is almost $30. And that's here in the South. Well, Tennessee, if you consider us the South. I consider it the South, but so either way, this is the road. I'm past the Dollar General here. So I'm not far away from a Dollar General. that's mostly where I do my shopping. I don't like going to big stores because I don't like giving big companies my money, if you want the truth about it. I'm one of them people that just really despises a huge corporation. Which Dollar General is a huge corporation too. It's just, I don't know. They're every square block of every town. Literally every square block of every town, there's a dang Dollar General. So they're not going to go away by me personally not shopping there. But I like going to little mom and pop stores and stuff like that. There's a bunch of those out in Jamestown. You can get fresh cut meat. You can get fresh cut, farm grown tomatoes, farm grown everything. And we also grow stuff like okra, tomatoes, okra, stuff like that up there at the farm. And we have farm fresh eggs. So there's a lot of stuff that I don't have to buy just because we do it up there at the farm. I just got a huge sniff of weed. Somebody back there is growing some marijuana. But this right here is called the Brickyard Curve. Right off to the right hand side of the road back into the wilderness, there's a whole town growed up. Because right there is where the bricks were made to go in the original roads that were around all over the U.S. really. But that right there, I'm trying to think of the name of the brick company because it's a well-known brick company. There is a road in Florida right now. I've seen a video of it. But there's a road in Florida right now that still has the bricks from that Brickyard Curve right there in it. Like there's still, the bricks are still there. And the original roads all the way up through here used to be that brick and they just asphalted over them. That's why I was smelling fire. Alright, I was hoping it wasn't this Explorer. Got a stout fire going there. But the road turns to 55 here and we're headed toward Huntsville. Firehouse. But this is the long road back home. So we'll talk to you guys later. I got a phone call coming in and we'll see you on the next one.